Dr. Mindy here, and welcome to our next fast training week. So, I know the title of this video is How to Balance Your Hormones Using Fasting, and I gotta tell you that it's gonna take me more than one video to show you guys how to use the principles of fasting to balance not only your sex hormones, but insulin and cortisol. So I really want to come at this topic from a very thorough place. So hang in there with me. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. Next week is Fast Training Week, where we all fast together. So there will be 5 videos that will be put out on this topic. So if you're interested in fasting and hormones, you're going to want to subscribe, hit the notification button so you get all those videos. And as always, you guys that share these videos, thank you so much. We are on a mission to get people healthy, to get 1 million people doing a fasting lifestyle this year in 2021. That is my goal. Yes, I know it's a big goal, but we can do it because there's never been a more important time for the human race to get healthy. So welcome, everybody. Ready? There is so much that I want to tell you, but the thing to know about hormones is they are a moving target. So it's not as simple as do this one fast and all your hormonal problems will change. So I want to break this down very systematically for you. And so I'm going to start with some big concepts around hormones that I want you to understand. I'm going to talk about what the rules will be for Fast Training Week next week, and then I'll talk about how you can get the most out of joining me in this experience next week. It's free, by the way, an experience learning how to use fasting to balance everything from insulin to testosterone to progesterone, estrogen, cortisol. We're going to talk about it all. Okay, let's start with this idea. When you want to change your hormones because you don't like, either you have a diagnosis of PCOS or you're a man and you have extremely low testosterone or you were given a cancer diagnosis, it requires one major thing, and that's that you've got to pick up your hormonal lens. I want for the next week, as I walk you through these different hormones, I want you to start looking at your fasting, your food, your life, your sleep, everything through that hormonal lens. Now, those of you, if you haven't gotten my book, The Menopause Reset, I talk all about the hormonal lens. So if you're a woman over 40, please get the book because I dive into that hormonal lens in detail. But for this next week, this is applicable to both men and women, by the way. For the next week, we are going to use our hormonal lens when we look at fasting. Each day next week, we have a different fast for you to do, and I have a different video for you to do. On day 1, on Monday, we are going to look at insulin. What's the best way to undo insulin resistance? That's why so many of us come to fasting, right? We want to unstick our insulin resistance. So on Monday, I'm going to show you the exact protocol. On that day, while I'm educating you with the video, those of you participating in Fast Training Week are going to be doing 15 hours of fasting. You're going to do a low keto. You're going to bring your carbohydrate down under 20 grams. You're going to keep your protein under 50 grams and try to get over 60% of your food coming from good fat. Now, don't worry, you can take notes on this. You go back and rewatch it. We will put some squares out with all of this information. And as always, I have a companion guide. So if you want a companion guide that explains everything I'm talking about today and the next 5 days, just put companion guide in the comments and we'll make sure you get it. So Monday is insulin. And I'm going to show you exactly. This is like, let's just get right to it. I'm going to show you the steps to get yourself out of insulin resistance. Okay, then on Tuesday, we're going to talk about cortisol. So how many of you guys have heard like, oh, I'm adrenal fatigued, I'm super stressed, like, should I be fasting? Isn't fasting a stressor? Is that bad for me? I'm going to address that. I'm going to talk about what you need to know around cortisol so that you can balance cortisol out. And on that day, by the way, here's the goal. Here's what you're going to do, is you're just going to, whatever fast you're doing right now, 15 hours, 16 hours, 17 hours, you're just going to push that fast back by 1 hour. You want to create a little bit of what we call a hormetic stress on your body and push your fast a little longer. Now, I know on my channel, you guys are some experienced fasters. So if you've been fasting 3 days, no problem. The max I want you to fast on Tuesday, this is the second day of fast training week, to balance cortisol, the max you'll go is 24 hours. And when you do eat, you're going to eat ketobiotic. Ketobiotic is keeping your protein under 50 grams, keeping carbs under 50, net carbs, keeping fat over 60%, and then making sure you're getting a cup of sauerkraut, kimchi, fermented yogurt, something fermented in yourself on that day. Okay, Wednesday, we're going to talk about testosterone. Now, I don't know about you guys, but there is a lot of urban myths out there that if you fast this exact way, you can raise testosterone. Well, I've put some research and some time into understanding how we can use the principles of fasting to improve testosterone. Testosterone is very necessary for both men and women. There's so much to say on testosterone that's really interesting too, by the way. Like, for example, do you know that men are getting testosterone every 2 hours, and women, we get testosterone 1 time a month? Interesting, right? So I'm going to show you how you can use fasting. Whether you're a man, I'll show you how to use it to maximize those every 2 hours. If you're a woman, I'll show you how to maximize your testosterone using the fasting principles once a month. Okay, so that will be Wednesday. And for testosterone, that day we are doing 17 hours of fasting, and we will be doing autophagy. So autophagy fasting, I have so many videos about autophagy fasting. If you need to freshen up on autophagy fasting, go just type in autophagy in the search engine here on my channel, and you will see all of the videos I've done on that. Okay, Thursday, we're going to talk about estrogen. Now, estrogen, when I say estrogen, I'm going to drill this into you guys. When I say estrogen, you say insulin. So if you are insulin resistant, if you are leptin resistant, we talked about leptin last month, then you are going to be estrogen resistant, which can lead to estrogen dominance, which is a dangerous place to be. So on Wednesday, I'm going to teach you how to manage estrogen using the principles of fasting. And on that day, you also will be doing a 24-hour fast with a ketobiotic meal, similar to Tuesdays. Okay, and then Friday, we're going to talk about progesterone. Again, all of these hormones are both men and women. Men, you make progesterone too. But women, especially postmenopausal, perimenopausal women, man, do we miss progesterone. Progesterone is that hormone that lets you feel calm in your body and your mind. It makes your skin nice and smooth, your hair nice and full, and it allows you to handle stress and sleep better. It gives you a little serotonin buzz. These are all necessary you got to have progesterone to be able to have that effect. So on Friday, we're going to talk about, should you fast if you're worried about progesterone, or should you not fast? If you're not going to fast, what foods might you eat? What can you do to help with progesterone? And that will be on Friday. So on that day, we're going to do something different than we've ever done in a fast training week. We are going to do 13 hours of fasting, so it's a little shorter, and we're going to use hormone building foods. So I get this question a lot about what are the hormone building foods I need to focus on. And on Friday, I am going to show you those hormone building foods so you guys can start to learn how to use fasting to manage these hormones, but you can also use food. So Friday will be a little more food oriented. So that's next week. That's how fast training week will go. For the sake of this video, just know that there's a lot to teach you here. So I can't do it completely in one whole video. So I broke it down in a systematic way so that my goal is at the end of next Friday, you will have that aha moment of, I understand my hormones, I understand what I need to do to fast and eat so that I maximize those hormones. I'm a big fan of the experience and the education combining together. Okay, and then the last part is if you need more guidance, if you've done these with me before and you're like, I just need a little more guidance through this, this is what we do for our Academy members. So come join our Academy. You can go, actually, if you just put that in the comments too, join Academy, we'll send you a link there. It's a low-cost program where you can interact with other members like yourself. It's also, I'm in there doing Q&As with people. We have Zoom calls. There's just a really cool synergy, community, great information. You get a little more hands-on from me and the rest of my team. So join us over in the Academy. Okay? But we're going to balance hormones next week. This is a big topic, and I'm going to really make sure that you succeed at it. So hang in there with me as I go through all these videos. I want to make sure next Friday you're in a healthier, more knowledgeable place than you are today. So as always, hope that helps.